Today we have a motor job on a 2015 Mazda 3. It is the Sky Active 2-liter. I already kind of got started. Took the airbox completely out, took the battery out. Next I'm going to take the computers with the battery tray. What's nice about this particular job, I'll show you on this one. You're not gonna, if this is your, doing it in your garage by yourself, first time motor or something like that, you might be worried about where all the plugs are gonna go. Oh, I can't see anything. Maybe I can turn my, nope. Supposed to have a light on this camera, but it doesn't work, so can't see that, son of a bitch. I'll just show you on here anyway. Basically, you don't have to remember where any of the plugs go because you don't have to unplug anything. Just take the main plug off the computer there and it comes with the motor. This particular one, I am gonna probably take the intake manifold off before removal just to make sure I have enough clearance. I'm gonna be taking pretty much everything I can out, probably the coolant overflow bottle for more clearance, like I said, the battery tray. Then I'm going to take the alternator completely out. I'm going to drop the AC and hopefully just be able to lay the compressor down there. Exhaust manifold, torque converter bolts, separate it from the tranny, support the tranny. And this is another one of those situations, so I tried to make a video on a 2.7 Sebring convertible, and those you're supposed to drop with the cradle, with the transmission on the cradle from the bottom. Now of course the heater wants to kick on now. Fantastic. Obviously I don't have a lift or a forklift or anything like that to get the car off the subframe, or even enough room to put it on jack stands and drop it from the bottom. I'd probably run out of space doing that too, so this is another motor that I'm going to pull from the top that should be dropped from the bottom, and hopefully this one I actually get recorded for you guys so you can witness how that goes. It seems pretty doable. I don't see why it needs to be dropped from the bottom. There's tons of space over here, tons of space to the back. I'm sure if I can drop some hangers on the exhaust, I can swing the exhaust back. You're going to want to take the hood off, obviously. I always take the hood off anytime I pull a motor. I mean, you should be doing that. If you're pulling motors with the hood on, I mean, fucking more power to you, I suppose. But what are you even eating? That's probably not a treat. What is it? What are you eating? Yep, it's not something you're supposed to have, otherwise you wouldn't be running away. He dropped it. What was it? Oh, it's actually a piece of his bone. You can have that, buddy. I didn't know it was your bone. You fucking jackass. It's usually something you shouldn't be eating. But anyway, yeah, probably set you up over in the shit pile yonder and just do a time lapse. Well, 2 minutes later we already have our first snafu, which is the wiring harness here. This end that runs to the fuse box here has 2 plugs, and this isn't automatic. The motor's out of a manual, and it must have they must be transmission related wires because this one only has 1 plug. It's funny, as I do these videos, I'm like looking at it myself and I realize that the camera's like not even fucking close. So I apologize. I'm not very good at this, but I'm trying to help some people out anyway. So that being said, I got to take this harness off of this motor, transfer it to that motor, and not a big deal. I'm good at remembering where plugs go, and so far I don't think there's any way that you could actually fuck this up putting it back on. Every plug seems to be different, so that's good, except for the 4 for the coil packs, but they all can only go one way. So As of right now, like I said, I'm only a couple minutes in, but I got that tray out, the computer out. I took the throttle body off so I can, because now I got to get at the wiring. So I'm gonna pull the harness off first, and then I'll worry about the rest. So I probably won't put that on video, but I'm gonna take a few minutes here, take the whole harness out. Any weird parts I'll show you, but so far it's all the wiring has these little let's see if you can see it, these little clips. So if you got a needle nose pliers, you can just pop them all loose and it hangs loose for you. So that's just a few more things I got to get from down below. I got to jack it up anyway, so that won't be on camera, but then the rest of the stuff will be on camera. Just figured I'd let you know. Alright, well, I'm finally ready to set you guys up, and you can watch me pull this bitch. Got the wiring harness all the way out, put it on the mower over here. Nothing really complicated with that. I mean, it's all loomed up nice, and the only thing you gotta do is all these push pins holding it to shit. So you just pop all those off, take all the plugs off, comes right off the motor, and obviously we took the computers out already. To get the wiring harness all the way out, you do got to take the intake manifold off, which I planned on doing anyway for clearance reasons. Son of a dirty fucking bitch. I just recorded all of that and didn't have my mic on, so and I look like a fucking dirty hobo today. But I guess I'll have to fast forward through all that and have it make zero fucking sense. nice thing about a motor in a car this new with only 60,000, the only nice thing about that failing is that all these bolts, especially on the exhaust, come off good, rather than just snapping or needing to relentlessly heat the shit out of them. Check that out. Oh, I'm in the light. That's an exhaust nut. Look how clean that is. Oh fuck, you still can't see it. This is in Minnesota. This is a big deal for me. This is why I don't have a problem working on newer shit. You know, every mechanic prefers to work on older stuff because it's easier, but newer shit has its benefits too. Alright, well I think I decided to forego the time lapse because I'm sure you don't want to sit around and watch that. But basically, we're pretty much ready to go. Walter got his nuts cut off yesterday, so he's in a double pillow deal, and he's sad about it. But exhaust manifold's off and hanging, all the coolant lines are off and hanging. These top bell housing bolts are already out. Torque converter bolts are already out. My next step is I'm just going to real quick throw the tranny jack under the trans, probably separate the rest of the bell housing bolts except for one, and then I'll sling the motor, drop the motor mount, release that bell housing bolt, and she should have enough room to, I only need a couple of inches, and I got more than a couple of inches on this side, so should be able to just to shift it this way and go straight up and out. So let you know how that goes. Well, I suppose I could mention I got the hood off with Eric yesterday too. Is the mic on? Okay, yeah, mic's on. We're good. I didn't fuck up this time. I know I said I was going to forego the time lapse, but we'll just time lapse me pulling it. I still got to do all the things I just told you I got to do because I just put the camera up. I'm retarded. So here we go. Oh. Can't say here we go. I'm going to do it. There we go. Hey, Billy, 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 Billy. You know, you guys can watch a lot of YouTube guys, you know, that are actually handsome, but can they do this? Wubba, wubba, wubba. Hey, you guys been drinking? Been drinking tonight? Just upload an image, place your order. Oh, there you go. The son bitch is out. I gotta go get some gaskets to put the new one in. And I still gotta take the harness off of that one and put that harness on. So I got stuff to do, but I'll probably end the video there. Any questions, just ask. I was more than able to pull it out the top without taking anything out the front or really anything. It was pretty straightforward, pretty easy one. 2 days into it, so.